Well, here we are, next day. I already dumped that out, didn't see any extra water in it. The basement is mostly dried out, a little damp around here, but it's pretty dried. Excuse me, I gotta reconnect the water hose up there, water line up there. But before I did that, because thread taping is something you want to do, let's pull this out of here and see what we get, because this is full of vinegar right now. You kind of see. No? Okay. So, it's not that one. Alright, yep. Need to do this. As I mentioned, you put it on the back side. And I'm going to need to thread tape this one as well. That way, I don't have to worry about leaking. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now it's loosened up enough. I can turn it by hand. Yep, the whole thing is loose, turning like that. There we go. Let's see what kind of slurry we get out of here. No, not bad really. It's clear. Let me shimmy it about. This is what I was doing when it was like that. The screwdriver nice and long, went all the way back and forth. Oop. See? Overfilled, see? Takes a moment for that to drain in there. A little bit of scale came out. See, it makes it go really slow, but doesn't stop it. Looks like it's coming out gray now. We are going to do some water rinses as well. This is just straight vinegar. Yeah, looks like. Alright, yeah, a couple pieces. There's a piece of scale that came out right there. But overall, yeah, pretty clean. Pretty clean. So alright then, how do you thread tape stuff? Because you don't just want to put the threads on, you don't just want to, put that line back on there and hope it fits. You want to use a thread tape. Now that already got some pipe putty on there. I don't know if you're supposed to use thread tape on this right here, but it's what I have, and it ain't difficult. Put that over here. They come in little containers like this. Pop them open. Okay, just Teflon tape. The ring that keeps it closed will be different colors. Usually that just indicates how much is in there. Different colors for different volumes. It's all pretty much the same stuff. Like blue might be a bigger roll than red, I think. I don't remember. But when determining which way you want to wrap it, like this way or this way, figure out which way it's turning. This one, ow! I just jammed a metal sliver. Yep, it's in my thumb. There it is. Alright, so be careful of that. But threads will be going like this. So I want to wrap it, let's see, this way. This is the way I want to wrap it. Just like this. Don't want to have it. There we go. Not a lot, because it already has that pipe tape on, or threaded tape, thread dope, whatever that stuff is on there. Just going to give it a couple turns. Just like this, keeping some tension on there, and then pull it. Whoop! And that's it. Just a couple turns. Going in the direction, because I wrapped it this way, because it's going to be threading on this way. If I wrapped it this way, opposite of how we're threading on, how that fitting is going to thread on, it'll jam up into the pipe, into the threads a lot more, and make it feel like it's tight when it's not. I'll have to, small little piece in there, I'll have to cut that out later. And then we're going to have to do the fun job of trying to align a stiff pipe. Don't worry if it feels difficult to do, that's normal. So I'll have to pull it this way a little bit, just like this. And you don't want to jam on them. You don't want to twist this real hard. You want to be gentle with it, because brass is very easily cross-threaded and damaged. Cross-thread is when the threads don't line up and you basically cut your own new set of threads. And it causes problems. Yep, got it. First try. turn it on down. Alright, then we can just start doing some water flushes. Oh, there we go. Turn on the whole water tank. Yeah, for you outside of California, yes, we can have unsecured water tanks, I think. I don't know. There we go. Push that back a little bit so it's stable right there. There we go. Simple as that. Reconnected. That's all it is. And you just put your thing back in there. Put it back on. And you put it back in your tool bin. And you're all set. And yes, I'll have to do the same on those threads as well. Same procedure. But let's do this now. Alright, let's get this on. And that light on. Come on, light. There we go. Give it water. Oh, foamy, foamy. All that crap that came out of there too. Gray. Yeah, that's why it's so wet down here. There we go. Something at least. Oh yeah. They're gonna have to, whoop, sorry about that. I'm gonna have to rinse this out real good. That right there. Cool, that'll work. Will it? Yep, you can see it. Alright, cool. I'm doing that with the water. Oh yeah. Yep, still getting some scale out of there, but that was expected. That water is very gray. I have to do this a few times, and that's how I got most of the scale out of here. Once it stopped just coming out just by doing that, draining the water wouldn't really get too much, like how it's just been running. I was just running out right then. Wasn't really getting a lot, but opening the water, it would flush it down and hit it, and then I'd jam it in there, just like that, and that would help get a lot. Now the water is down. It's not plugged with scale, because we are getting scale. Feel all that scale. Oh yeah. Yeah, as soon as I shut the water off, even though the water's still coming out, very little scale is coming out. Yep. So, I might have one more flush I can do. Well, turn of the handle anyway. Right here before I gotta drain. Nope, I gotta drain this pan. Alright. Oh, maybe not. Let's see how far it drains down. No. I don't have not enough space in the pan, so, alright. Just gonna pop this back in there just to keep it closed. Same thing, be very careful threading this in because it's plastic. You don't need to jam it in all the way, just enough to mostly or completely stop the water. When lining that up, if you're threading it, like cants off to the side and starts getting cattywampus and doesn't want to go, don't force it, because then you're cross-threading. You're going to damage it. You have to pull it back, unthread it, and reposition it. If it feels like you're maybe a little bit too high or a little bit down low or whichever angle, sometimes that's just how it ends up. It feels like it's crooked, but it's not, because you're not lined up. I'm above it. So I'm way up here looking down at an angle. So when it might feel like it's too low or too high, it's probably straight. And it took me a few times to actually get it in there just straight. And when I did, it felt like it was angled up too high. I kept this back in. I'm only putting this plug in here. There. Grab this. Now, I only put that plug back in this just so that when I'm carrying it, it doesn't splash water up at me. Same thing with the vent. Pop that shut. Same thing, don't splash. Make sure you don't lose the seal to your cap there if you have a cap. Or do something to keep the water from coming out of it. And yeah, got some scale, you can see. Still getting scale out of it. A fair amount of scale, you can see how it's clear right here, went down into it. And that, it doesn't matter that scale, it's just dumping the water. It's just dumping it back outside because it's water. And that scale is what came in the water. So it's not an environmental problem or anything. It's just calcium. But if you got like an HOA maybe, or if you got someone that's all concerned about how things look, having a pile of this stuff sitting somewhere, they may take offense to that or take issue with it. So, do the best you can with dumping it out. So I'm going to go dump this and flush it a few more times and see what I get. Hopefully, that'll be it. I'll bring you back when I start putting all them parts back on and getting all hooked up and turn the power back onto it. I'll see you then.